So yeah, this is the second to last UAC, and we've got some nice people in there today. I think we've got like 10 players. 10 players is nice. It's fine. And by the way, remember, like, sure, there's like 2 UACs left. Make sure to register for Vortex in February. Vortex Gallery. Because that will be good fun, but yeah. Today we are going to start with Miari versus Kev. You know, the classic French matchup. Should be fun to watch. I mean, I believe Miari is French. Never asked, actually. I've just realized I've never asked Miari. And no more temple, yeah. But yeah, as usual, this is first to 2. We're gonna get into some nice arms action. And it's been a busy weekend, I will say, because yesterday I was on the Dynamite World Tour stream. Which, if you haven't watched it on the Wolf TV channel, then you definitely should, because it's a really fun game. Some jank stuff, which happens with those old games. But either way, it's great. Like, if you haven't played Karnov before, it's great. It's on Fightcade. Play free. Play Karnov. And yeah, as expected, we're going into this winners round 1 with Kev with the Twin Tail. Double chill Twin Tail, it would seem. And then Miari has got a Lola with a Tri-Blast and a Sparky. Pretty deadly combination, if I do say so myself. But what's important there is that both characters are pretty defensive. So it might take a while. Funnily enough though, they went to sparring ring. So that might offset the defensive part of things. But even then, you've got like one character slows down time, the other shields in the air. Like, it's going to be long no matter how big the stage is. By the way, chat, how's the audio? Just to make sure. Nice rush by Kev. Now, I don't remember what the head-to-head matchup is on Kev versus Miari, because unfortunately, since we're using challenge, we don't really have head-to-head records. I might actually have to convince the entire Discord fighter community to switch to start the GGs just so I can have head-to-head data in the future. That's just how it works. Okay, thanks for the audio check, chat. But yeah, unfortunately, challenge doesn't allow me to have head-to-head data easily, we'll say. Okay, we're going to round 2. Kev's got the advantage. It's going to push Miari a little bit in the corner. Miari is going to slowly but surely get out of that. Get a very nice grab here. And now we're back to neutral. Both players being very patient, not really being committal. Miari not really respecting the rush here. Unfortunately, it's gonna cost him a lot of damage. Miari is going to go for the roll rush, but Kevguru is just gonna fall out of it. Very nice grab by Miari. Now obviously Kev is also a little bit famous for sometimes using Wi-Fi. But I don't think this was just Wi-Fi jank, I think it was just like regular Tri-Blast arms jank. It happens sometimes. Your rush just doesn't connect for some reason. Ooh, nice counter on the grab there from Miari. Now Miari is just gonna slowly advance while shielding. Gonna try to catch Kevguru in the corner, but Kevguru is going to win that exchange. And that is going to be 1-0 to Kevguru. By the way, chat, I might want to do a quick match later today. against some of you because I do have the Hori Fighting Commander Octa right now plugged in. It's a very nice controller, but I had to like do the weirdest button mapping to actually get it to work. But now it should work like a regular controller, and I feel like it would be a very nice controller for ARMS, especially with the notches and everything. Get what I mean? Because this thing has notches, it has clicky buttons. It's a very nice feeling controller. A little bit light, unfortunately, but yeah, if you want a very nice controller for like fighting games and ARMS and stuff, not necessarily for Smash, although I guess for Smash it would work well. You just wouldn't have like a right stick. I would definitely recommend the Hori Fighting Commander Octa. It's very nice. We're going back to sparring ring for the next match, or not. No. I think they did starter bans when it was counter pick. Guys, we've been doing this for like how many years now? Like, please. No, okay, we are going to Buster Beat for the counter pick. Fair enough. Fair enough. And yeah, we're sticking to it. We're sticking to character picks. No reason to change. Nyari going in strong with the double Sparky. Unfortunately, not gonna really get much out of that stun here. Kev really trying to abuse the side dashes here. Maybe try and catch Miari off guard. Punish a haphazard commitment, but Miari is going to see through the air here and just get the grab. However, he is going to waste that rush on Kevgiru's shield. Yeah, Kev's continuing to just side dash and then side dash and then side dash, mixing up the timings a little bit in order to throw off Miari, but not by much. Miari, however, is going to find the Sparky into grab, very nice. And Kev is going to be able to punish that rush with a very pretty rush. It doesn't do that much damage on double glove, I will say that much. It doesn't do that much damage, but still. Now we've got both players in critical. So that they have to approach very carefully. Miari, however, is going to be able to catch a haphazard dash from Kevgiru and finally get around on the board. I just feel like both players are side dashing a lot in this matchup. And I guess it works. But it really feels like we're just weaving from left to right to left to right to left to right. Kev, however, is pretty good at managing those air-to-air interactions, if anything. And that is winning him as well some interactions like these. Kev applying a lot of pressure here by going for the regular 1-2. Going to go for the rush in order to punish that Sparky. Now Kev is in an excellent position. I think that's a perfect. Yep. No, yeah. For a moment I thought that there was chip damage somewhere in there that I missed. Now going into round 3, Kev is going to find a very nice grab here in order to begin things. However, he is going to back himself in the lower part of the stage. Doesn't really matter though. Manages to get out, get a freeze. Nyari finally getting a good punish with the rush. And now the poison damage is going to start and stack up on Kevgaru. Ooh, very nice grab here from Kev. And Kev trying to control the space right now, going to go for the rush in order to punish that commitment. It's not going to be quite enough to kill though. Again, the glove rush isn't as damaging as some others. But it doesn't matter, and Kev is going to go from the sky in order to take that first match and move on to winners round 2. Yeah, very well played by both players. Nyari was starting to get onto something here, but we're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. And now next we are going to have Beppe versus Raziel. Now obviously Beppe our favorite Italian. Raziel the German Twintel player. So we shall see how that matchup goes. Again, we've got the usual people in there, to be fair. So we're gonna see a lot of classic matchups. We've got the usual crew. Of course, Riffa's in there. Yeah, we've got like Riffa, Penzo, Yam, Alistair, Raziel, Beppe. They're all there. Yoshi Bowser. Yeah, we're gonna start the Raziel versus Beppe fight on Mausoleum, which should be a pretty neutral stage especially considering the characters we will probably have on play, which are Ribbon Girl and Twintel. Both very aerial characters who don't really care about the trampoline, to be fair, so we shall see. It's probably the best stage pick for both of them in order to start the game. And yeah, no surprises here on the character picks. We've got roasters on both sides, which is going to be pretty fast and pretty good at just controlling the straight line in front of them. And it's also got good aiming. Beppe is going to complement that with a nade as well, with some very nice freedom of aim as well on the nade. Meanwhile, Raziel is going to go for the Hydra, which is going to be a very strong anti-air in order to try and take down the Ribbon Girl. Both players waiting it out. Beppe trying to punish that Hydra. Raziel not able to react in time and is going to get caught with the rush. And now Raziel's got the advantage, going to get the hard knockdown here. And yeah, very good parry here in order to get the rush. Very good dash guard. Now Beppe is on critical. Ooh, and an arm down. Raziel unable to get some huge damage from that arm down. Just gonna get a weak hit of the Hydra. Raziel's shield is slowly but surely depleting. That being said, we have 6 seconds on the clock. I don't think there's much Beppe can do, even when wasting the rush. So we're just gonna move on to round 2 and call it a day. Now going into round 2, we do have Beppe switching to the slap. And the slap is going to be pretty good, honestly, in order to get around Raziel's arm combo, if anything. Unfortunately, gonna completely miss the rush on there. That is such an unfortunate moment. That the slap just went whoop, to the left. But it's still a pretty good arm to control the space. Ooh, once again a very nice dash guard into rush from Raziel. Getting a nice grab as well. Raziel completely in control right now in this matchup, although Beppe is going to find a knockdown. Raziel slowly but surely slowing down the pace of the match, honestly. Just not being committal, he knows he's ahead. And he knows that Beppe has to go at him in order to make up the differential. That being said, Raziel still has to be careful about those stray hits that could hit him. Ooh, Beppe maybe being a little bit too preemptive with that rush, unfortunately. Raziel, however, once again missing the rush, but Beppe is just going to jump into it, and that is going to be first game going to Raziel. I feel like Beppe is getting a little bit impatient, honestly, on those exchanges. Just wanting to be over-committal. Unfortunately, against Twintel, that is not going to be the best thing to do. Because she just has all the tools she needs to slow down the pace of the match and make sure that aggression doesn't work. Then again, I'm not too sure what to do here. I mean, I guess a counter pick to sparring could work. Since sparring ring can be so momentum heavy. I feel like if Beppe gets in with a good phase, there is a chance that he just deletes Raziel's health. And I did see that Glusher as well in the backup, if need be. But right now we are going to go for the double slap. Unfortunately right now it's not working. Raziel is going to get a pretty free grab here. Still, it is already showing that just having less space, Raziel is struggling just a little tad more. Ooh, but he is going to be able to snuff out that rush. Very good grab from Raziel. And now Raziel's got the momentum, gonna try and trap Beppe in the corner. Beppe not really moving, honestly, just spamming the slaps. And it's kind of working. Very nice grab though by Raziel. And now we're pushing Beppe back into the corner. And yeah, Beppe's just gonna trap himself here. And we are now on match point. Once again. Well, not once again, but we are on match point. And yeah, it really feels like Beppe is in total control here. Not Beppe, Raziel is in total control here. Sorry, chat, I'm tired. And that's the thing. Once Raziel is in the lead, he doesn't have to approach. It's up to Beppe to try and find a solution, but unfortunately, that corner is going to be maybe his grave at this rate. Especially if Raziel continues to consistently punch him out of rush. It's going to be a tough time. Very nice grab. Beppe one hit away from dying. Gonna have to be very careful in order to try and make that comeback. And yeah, the grab is going to be more than enough to seal the deal. And Raziel is gonna move on to inner semis in a pretty convincing fashion. 2-0 on Raziel's side. Yeah, meanwhile in the bracket we do have Rifa moving on to winner semis without too many surprises. We do have Raziel moving up, as we've seen. Yam is moving up as well. We're gonna have Yam versus Rifa next in winner semis. Just give me time to set that up. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, I'm kind of expecting the Min from Yam as well. But we shall see. And we are going to go to the Europe Classic, aka Temple Grounds. We all love this stage here. I mean, it's got ups and downs, and Rifa is going to go for the Ninjara today, while Yam is going to go for the Springman. I feel like Ninjara might have been like a counter pick of sorts for the Min. But who knows? Because I feel like Misago might struggle a little bit more against Min, in all honesty. I'm not going to say too much on that. But already, Rifa's pressure is being set up as we speak. Yeah, I'm going to be able to escape thanks to the pillar. And that's the thing. We do have a Tri-Bolt on the Yam's side, which can be very disruptive at times. And then we do have the Boomerang, which could be used in order to get those sweet win confirms that we see from time to time. But right now, Rifa is on top of things now. Yam does have max mode right now. I like to call it max mode. So that has full charge, but Rifa is just going to be able to laser him in the face. Now going into round 2, Yam being a little bit hasty with the grab. Still, going to win that exchange overall. But both players have rush and have to respect the rush. Rifa's gonna get blown up by his own arm. That's also a big thing, to be fair, with Tri-Blast. Gotta be careful not to get stunned by your own arm. Rifa's shield is low, and besides it's Ninjara, not gonna be able to block that anyways, because Ninjara things. Ninjara can be a little bit tricky because of the teleport on block. It really doesn't allow him to block much in terms of rushes. Sometimes it can get him out of a tricky situation, but most of the time I feel like Ninjara gets clipped by the rush anyways because of the teleport. It's a tough life for ninjas. Rifa still trying to control as much of the space as possible. Going to push Yam in the corner, gonna be able to clip him with the Tri-Blast rush. A nice 310 damage. Yam, however, is going to try and punish that laser, and this is exactly what we were talking about, chat. Rifa tried to go out of the way, had to block a little bit of the rush, and instead teleported right into it. That's what we were talking about Ninjara. And now Yam is back in max mode, but that does also mean that he is on the brink of death. And Rifa does have rush as well in order to have to get as a burst option, which is something you still have to be aware of if you're Yam, as he is trying to build rush. And yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to avoid everything that Rifa has to offer right now. And Rifa is going to get the first point on the board. And now for round 2. I don't know which stage Yam could be counterpicking, honestly. Maybe we'll also see a character switch. To be fair, the Springman was doing pretty well against the Ninjara, if anything. Yeah, we're gonna stick to the same characters. Like, Rifa isn't changing characters, so we're just gonna stick to the same characters. Yeah, here's the thing as well, with the narrow corridors of Via Dolce, I feel like it's easier to catch the Ninjara, especially with a haphazard teleport on block. So I can understand Yam's pick. Nonetheless, Rifa is going to have a field day trying to catch with that Slamamander on this stage. And we've also seen that Rifa is pretty good at trapping Yam in the corner, so that might not be the greatest thing right now. Nice catch with the rush. And Yam is already in critical. Rifa able to win that exchange, and the slam is going to take that round. Ooh, very nice catch here with the rush from Yam. Very nicely done. Gonna trap Rifa into that corner. Gonna try and push him into the narrow space. Yam right now in control, but Rifa is going to be able to get the knockdown in order to get out of this sticky situation. Both players playing very patiently right now. And Rifa is going to get the full explosion confirmed for 355 damage. Yam is now once again on the brink of death. This is looking very desperate, and those two throws of punches will just show exactly that. Yam getting a little bit desperate, and unfortunately is going to fall to Rifa. But we'll see Yam again in loser's bracket. We're fine. He's fine. Everything's fine. Chat, everything's fine. And meanwhile, the other winner semi is going to be Alistair versus Raziel. Which in and of itself should be an interesting matchup. Now, it does mean we're probably going to see the Good Doctor, though. And we know everyone loves the Good Doctor. Everybody loves the Good Doctor in here. Like, obviously the best character in the game. Like, there's no question about it. There is counterplay, but the Dr. Koi is definitely the best character in the game. No questions asked. But I guess if you want to know how much of a better character she is, just imagine like Melee Fox. But like Falco and Marth don't exist. I guess. And maybe Sheik. Not too well versed on Sheik, to be fair. That should give you an idea of how good Coil is. A very, very good character, not without counterplay, but still really, really hard to beat down. Oh, sorry, they've banned already. Here we go. Going straight into it. Then again, I feel like Twintel is one of Coil's worst matchups. Just because Twintel has the tools. Oh yeah, Buster Beach, sorry. Yeah, I feel like Twintel is probably not the worst in this matchup. Arguably. Ooh, very nice grab to begin with by Alistair. That's exactly what we're saying, chat. Core is a tricky beast to hit, and she also gets third arm in order to charge Rush better, because why not? She needs it, chat. She needs it. And also she's harder to track. She needs it. when she blocks for a little bit longer, she's just harder to track. She needs it, chat. On knockdown as well, because why not? But still, very nice grab once again by Raziel. Good freeze as well, gets into the knockdown from Alistair, sorry. I think you can hear that I'm tired, chat. Ooh, but Raziel is trying to fight back right now, despite being in critical. Going to try and go for the dash punish here, but unfortunately gonna get caught by the explosion of the nade. And unfortunately going to miss any kind of confirm that I think Raziel was going for here. That was an interesting interaction, an interesting decision making. But it is going to nonetheless pay off and land Raziel the first round of this game. Now going into round 2, I feel like Alistair may be like more wary of getting hit by stray hits. Raziel's shield is low after that rush, but I don't think it's going to matter too much in the grand scheme of things. Although, if that pressure continues, especially from the Coolerang, and Raziel is limited in movement options, that might become a problem really fast. And so far, yeah, both players playing very defensively, playing very non-committal, honestly. Ooh, the long range grab here is going to land from Raziel. Alistair being a little bit cheeky here, trying to go for a grab of his own. Ooh, and going for the explosion confirmed, but it dropped, but Raziel didn't really react to the rush, interestingly enough. And yeah, that trade is just gonna go in favor of Alistair, obviously, with the low life on Raziel. That's just what will happen. Going into round 3. Raziel's already lost a lot of health in that start of the round. Gonna get a grab in order to try and get back in a little bit. But Alistair is in full control right now. Going to miss the rush, unfortunately, due to the Coolerang rush being a little bit too slow and unfortunate, not able to catch. Might be able to fix the game audio, chat. Let me see. Does that work if I do this? No, it doesn't work. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's happening here. Sorry about that, chat. Maybe refresh. Yeah, and right now Alistair and Raziel are more or less even. Raziel is in critical and could... Yeah, I'm gonna die to the rush. I mean, I don't know why the game audio would be desynced, honestly. Maybe it's the video? Let me try to see something. Can I, like, real quick, while I set up the next match, we're going to Buster Beach again. Can I, like, where's the capture? If I do this and then I do this, maybe it will be a little bit better. Yeah, worst case scenario, we'll fix it in post. Yeah, I did refresh the capture card as well, just in case. Like, I did refresh the video of the capture card, just in case. Because you never know. It might also be Twitch doing weird things. But yeah, back to the game. And once again, we have a very even game 2 right now. With Raziel being a little bit in the lead, never mind, I shouldn't talk. Raziel now is going to be a little bit stuck in that bottom part of Buster Beach. Gonna be able to get out pretty easily. But even then, that is still a lot of damage that was taken in that interaction. Now Alistair is going to throw as many punches as possible. Ooh, good catch on there from Raziel. But Alistair's continuing a lot of nade pressure. That's what we were talking about as well, chat. Just all the nade pressure, and yeah, there's nothing Raziel can do. So we're just gonna move on to round 2, as Alistair is on match point. Damn, I think that's the first time I noticed that Cole actually has like lightning holes on her her dress. Neat little detail. But Alistair going to go for the rush. A full 290 damage plus the 20 follow-up. And now Raziel is going to start and feel the pressure right now. Gonna be able to get a hard knockdown in order to get out of that sticky situation, but still. Once again, a lot of damage being taken from Raziel on those interactions. Which is not amazing. Good catch from Raziel in order to get back into the lead. Going to try and trap Alistair in that bottom part, but unfortunately Alistair is going to completely reverse the situation. Nice punish with the rush, but unfortunately gonna drop out. Alistair's just gonna fall back out of the rush because he was too far. Good catch with the grab though. And now the ice change can begin. Ooh, but very nice call by Raziel in order to trap Coil with her own nade during the rush. And now Raziel has all the momentum that he needs in order to make it. It is now Raziel's game to win, honestly. But Alistair isn't giving up. Going to continue to throw nade after nade. Eventually those are gonna hit, so... You know, it's not a bad idea, you know, just like that. Just the nade to control the space right now, and then you've got the cooler ring, which went in. And just wood it. Raziel, unfortunately, not going to be able to get the rush here. Gonna have to back out. get into that lower part. Meanwhile, Alistair's continuing to apply as much pressure as possible. Going to get his rush blocked though, which is pretty good for Raziel. And once again, I feel like Alistair's getting clipped a lot on that nade right now. Slowly but surely losing a lot of health. Just from being clipped on the nade. However, right now, Raziel is going to be the one getting clipped on the nade from the rush. And I think that might be curtains. And yeah, that might be curtains. But with a nice block, Raziel is going to be able to get that game too. Very nicely done. We are going to go to game 3. We're defending against the Coil Invader in here. And it's great. And the next match is going to be on Temple Grounds. A nice even battlefield. And we're sticking to the same characters, obviously. No changes there. No reason to change, to be fair. Now I feel like those pillars are going to have to go down quick for both players, honestly, to start and make headway. There we go. As both players have great benefits from being behind the pillar with all those defensive options that they can have. Be it Coil's movement or Twin Tail's slowdowns. Very nice grab here by Alistair. Raziel struggling to find a way in Alistair's territory. However, Alistair is stuck in the corner right now. Gonna be able to get the rush in order to get a free out of jail card. And yeah, the Fun Chuck right now doing work. Fun Chuck's actually doing work right now. Very nice grab though by Raziel. I didn't mention it, by the way, and I think I like it. I really like the Hydra pick from Raziel, since again it is a very good anti-air arm, and Coil is going to spend most of her time in the air. Unfortunately, Raziel is not going to be able to block that rush. Going to be dashing right into it, and now we're back on match point for Alistair. And right now, Alistair's got the high ground. Raziel's going to be able to counter that grab with a rush for 355 damage. Some very nice and good damage to have. But it's still going to be very hard for Raziel to get things started, especially if he's getting clipped by that rush. Still, right now, it could be anyone's game. Could still be anyone's game. And right now, Raziel is doing an excellent job at just catching Alistair on the side of the stage. Very nice grab as well. Gonna push Alistair back into the corner and into critical. Yeah, just Raziel in control right now, and we've got a final round. We have got a final round. Alistair going to go straight in with the rush. He gets some massive damage onto Raziel. Raziel struggling once again to get in. We get clipped by the explosions as well, but gonna be able to find a full rush in here for 300 damage. Getting back into the game. Ooh, very nice dash in order to get in. Very nice dash block. Block dash. And Alistair, however, is going to be able to retaliate with the full rush for 345 damage. That nade is doing a lot of damage on those rushes. And Raziel getting clipped once again by the explosion. 1 pixel. That is all that Raziel has right now. Raziel cannot afford to be too committal, or Alistair's just going to be able to punish. Very nice grab though, in order to bring Alistair into critical. Raziel has to pop the rush in order to deflect the Fun Chuck, and with that, Raziel is going to move on to Winners Finals. Despite the 1 pixel, despite being against Coil, Raziel will be the one to take it. Yeah, amazing play by Raziel in order to make this work. Absolutely insane. And with that, we're soon going to go into Winners Finals. But before that, we do have a couple of ads for you all. Just so you know, of course, I am still at Wolf TV. And next week, we will be hosting at Battle for the Den a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Heritage for the Future tournament, which is open to all of Europe and Maghreb, and will be played on Fightcade. This is on the 24th of November at 21 CET. Thanks to Rifa, you can have the link right there in order to register right now if you want to discover some JoJo gameplay. Also coming up at Wolf TV, we do have our free play sessions, the Playing Grounds. The next one will be dedicated to Jackie Chan in Fists of Fire and will be taking place on Tuesday at 21:30 CET. So if you want to discover a very fun, very broken, very grounded as well game, feel free to join me on the 22nd at 21:30 CET on the Wolf TV YouTube channel. This should be a very fun time. And finally, if you want to see me IRL, I will be at Nantes Arena 22.2 in Nantes on the 26th and 27th of November. And as you can see, just a lot of games are going to be there, including Vampire Savior, Garou Mark of the Wolves, Samurai Showdown, Melty Blood Type Lumina, Guilty Gear Strive, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Ultra Street Fighter 4, and Street Fighter 5. So if you want to see me there, just come on, join me in Nantes. It's going to be a fun time. Just lots of great things happening always at Nantes Arena. So yeah, feel free to come by and say hi. I think registrations are open right now on start.gg, so you can just search for Nantes Arena 22.2 on start.gg if you want the link. And okay, we are going to get set for Winners Finals then, with Rifa versus Raziel. Which honestly, I was scared for Raziel's life in this previous matchup. I was so blimmin' scared. And we are going to go to Buster Beach for the first game. Now that is a lot of games, like. And a lot of games you don't really get to see often offline either, especially in Europe. Like, it's not every day that you have like an Alpha 3 tournament, or a VSAF tournament, or a Samurai Showdown tournament. So definitely worth checking out. It will be streamed on Canopy Fights channel, by the way, next week, so it's gonna be some good fun. But back to arms with our first to 3 of the day in Rifa versus Raziel. Rifa sticking with the Ninjara for this one. I guess Rifa might be a little bit more comfortable with the Ninjara lately. Especially now that Rifa's mostly switched to Smash, let's be honest. It just happens, you know, when we're looking at like nicher games. Sometimes people just will move to either Smash or Street Fighter or Guilty Gear. But right now, Rifa is on top of things. Not by much, though. Raziel is still doing an excellent job right now in order to keep the pressure down onto Rifa. But Rifa is going to be able to catch Raziel off guard with the 1-2 into the laser. Rifa getting the freeze. Going for a few freeze chains, it feels like, with that Ice Dragon. Raziel's gonna burst out of here with Rush, but not gonna be able to get any damage out of it. Rifa finally getting in once again with a full Rush. And the arm is down on Raziel's side, and it's not looking too great for a Twin Tail hero, and that is a perfect for Rifa. Very quick first point for Rifa. I feel like Raziel just kind of fell apart in this second round, which is unfortunate. It happens, but it is unfortunate. And we are going to go straight back to Buster Beach. But Raziel is going to move to the Cobra. Interestingly enough. And yeah, maybe playing more grounded, maybe not playing just more aggressive. In order to try to catch Rifa off guard. We do have the Scorpion as well for the dot damage, which is always nice to have. Because it's decently fast at curves. Again, it does dot damage when charged. I mean, I guess it was pretty slow when you were going straight, but like, in curving, it's okay. It's an okay arm. It does the coffee. Not much raw damage though. Yeah, right now Rifa doesn't care. Rifa just doesn't care. Gonna control the match still. Not gonna get the perfect this time, but still. Rifa is on his A game right now. Jeez. Right now this is looking like a massacre. Raziel's gonna try and stop that massacre by catching Rifa into the corner, into the lip, but Rifa's just gonna be able to get out. Unfortunately, gonna have to eat a lot of rush damage onto that interaction. Still, Raziel's still in a very good position though in this round 2. Rifa's starting to go with the ice pressure. I mean, it worked last time, so why not? It really feels like right now the momentum is shifting back into Rifa's favor. Once he gets to install the Ice Dragon the way he wants to. And that is the dangerous thing, honestly. You cannot let Rifa start and get his game plan in, because otherwise you're just gonna be destroyed. Ooh, interesting. For once, the teleport didn't betray Rifa, and instead allowed him to get a grab punish onto Raziel. Still, now the dot damage is installed onto Rifa, and Rifa's just gonna go for rush in order to seal it out. That's gonna be a 2 right now for Rifa. But yeah, for once, things worked. For once, things just worked. On Rifa's side. And we're going back to Buster Beach. Raziel very much confident in his stage pick right now. And going back to the twin tail as well. Now going into round 3. Both players starting out by throwing punches left and right. Riffa, however, is going to start and install the ice pressure, but Raziel not really going to let him. Going for full aggression, going for a straight up rush the moment he got it as well. Like, both players playing very aggressive right now. Just going for all the aggression in the world. Raziel then trying to slow down a little bit the pace. But I feel like right now it is biting him in the butt. The very square, fake twin tail butt. And an arm is down as well from the rush. Because of the shield damage. And yeah. Just full control of Riffa the moment that Raziel tried to slow down the pace of the match. No questions asked. It's like Riffa doesn't actually care about Raziel's defense. He's going to play the slow game right now, going to trap himself in the lip. And Riffa is going to be able to use the burst option of Rush in order to get out and get some very good damage onto Raziel. Raziel on his last legs right now. Gonna have to do something in order to get Riffa to do a mistake though. Because that's the thing right now. Raziel is once again the one that has to approach. He does get the freeze. He does get the hits though. And he does have the rush. And completely misses the rush. But that's anticlimactic. Riffa is frozen right now. Doesn't matter, we're gonna get laser in the face. And Raziel's gonna go down 3-0 to Riffa. As Riffa moves on, unsurprisingly, to Grand Finals. Yeah, it really feels like Riffa is on his A game right now. Now we're gonna go straight in on the other side of the bracket with loser semis. And loser semis will be Yam versus Alistair. Now I have to wonder how Yam is going to deal with the good doctor. He does have several characters that can do like kind of well against Coil, but we shall see. I also feel like when Riffa's playing like that, Alistair's probably the best bet to try and take down Riffa. Just because obviously Riffa is having a lot of difficulties in the core matchup, especially from playing Nisango and Ninjara mainly. He does have a pocket coil, mind you, but it's still really difficult. And we're going straight to Buster Beach. And we're going to see the Ribbon Girl. Interesting. Wasn't expecting the Ribbon Girl to come out from Yam, honestly. I'm also not too sure about Ribbon Girl in the coil matchup. I guess she does have a lot of air mobility to match coils. But we'll see. What is for sure is that we do have a buff on the field. And Alistair's already going to pop out the rush, catch Yam off guard, get 155 damage, push him in the lip. But Yam is going to enter right back right now with a rush of his own. Both players right now trying to go at each other's throat, but the grab here from Alistair is going to do just that. And now Yam is back in the lip. Almost. I mean, he's definitely going to be in the lip after that rush. We're gonna have to find a way out of this bottom part though, without taking much damage, because Yam right now is in critical and one hit away from dying, and that, we're gone. We're just gone. Unfortunate predicament. It does mean the end. Now going to round 2. We have Yam trying to trap Alistair in the lip, but unfortunately going to miss the rush completely. Alistair pushing Yam into the wall, going to be locked on the rush here. Now Yam's got all the pressure right now. We're going to keep Alistair into that bottom part. Very nice grab as well in order to get him in the lip. Alistair's going to be finally able to go out. 42 seconds on the clock. And there's not that much damage dealt right now between both players. Alistair going for a haphazard rush, unfortunately too far in order to get to grab Yam into it. Yam, however, is going to catch that side dash from Alistair and get the full 260 rush. Not too damaging, unfortunately, but just how it goes with this set. Very nice grab by Alistair. This is very back and forth right now. Yam has a slight health lead, 7 seconds into the final, but unfortunately going to lose a lot of health from this interaction, and Alistair's going to be able to get that first game on. Just an unfortunate predicament overall for Yam, who had pretty good control of the match, but unfortunately stumbled at the end. Still, that was a pretty good showing from Yam overall. Still doing overall very nice, despite the roughness of the coil matchup. And we're going back to Buster Beach. And we've got the Min Min coming out as well. Now, I guess the plan is also... Ooh, the plan is to have a Dragon Sparky, which, while it will not be the biggest stun, at least should allow him to have a constant stun option as long as he doesn't get rolled on. That is the big part, because now Alistair can kind of have free reign here. But Yam is going to have quite a bit of space, honestly, on Buster Reach in order to charge up the Dragon Arm, potentially. Ooh, Alistair going to go for the Burst Rush here, in order to get out of the tricky situation. But once again, yeah, the fact is Sparky has very short electric stun time. Especially compared to, like, the C key that is on Yam's right hand. But I also understand why Yam wouldn't want the C key on the left if he doesn't feel comfortable and he thinks he's going to get clipped on it a lot, just like that. It's a very high risk, high reward arm overall in design. Alistair's going to be able to get the rush and get another round on the board. Now Yam's gonna go for the Phoenix on the Dragon Arm. No longer trying to rely on stun, and after all, I can understand, because obviously the Sparky stun didn't really get him much in the previous round. Alistair's gonna get a nice grab here. Yeah, I'm really struggling right now to get any kind of momentum going. Not really getting any space to charge the Dragon Arm. It is looking very tough right now. Finally gets a knockdown in order to charge the Dragon Arm. We're unfortunately going to run right into a trap by Alistair, which is going to stun him and allow Alistair to get a full confirm from Yam's own C key. Again, high risk, high reward arm. And now Yam's on the brink of death. It's not looking too good as we are 30 seconds away from the end. But still, C key rush could still do a huge amount of damage potentially. Nice grab to start with. Unfortunately going to jump right into the Tri-Blast. And that is going to be Yam's tournament life ending right here. An unfortunate ending, but it's just what happens sometimes. And that does mean that Alistair's gonna have his rematch against Raziel in Losers Finals. But this time it is a first to 3. So more chances to adapt on both sides. And potentially a different dynamic. Raziel is once again going to have to be on his A game in order to beat up the good doctor. And we're going to go to Mausoleum for the first game as well. It's time for the rematch. We're getting straight back into it. And yeah, obviously we're going to stick with the Coral and the Twin Tail. It's just what works overall. So I'm not too surprised. And right now Raziel's already applying quite a bit of pressure onto Alistair. Very nice grab as well. Yeah, Razzle in control of the pace right now. Very early in this match. Unfortunately, Alistair is going to be able to find that drifting rush here. Ooh, very nice grab by Razzle, slowing down Alistair's offense. We're continuing to see a lot of pressure being put on by Razzle, who's going to be able to not find the rush, but still get some decent chip damage. Very nice grab here by Alistair in order to get back into the game. And all of a sudden it's looking very even. In fact, 12 seconds away from the end. And Alistair has the health advantage. Razzle going for rush and losing the rush! Oh no! This is so unfortunate because now, while Razzle was in control during almost the entirety of the round, they're gonna have to start round 2 completely from behind. How unfortunate. And Alistair's using a pop rush at the beginning. Thankfully, Razzle is going to be able to block it. Yeah, the shield is low right now on Razzle's side. Could be broken at any moment. Especially against that front shock. That front shock I feel like breaks shield for breakfast. Good catch on the stealth explosion. Into the grab as well. And Alistair once again going in with the slide in rush. Razzle finally recovering on shield. But yeah, gotta have to be very careful about that nade, which is still doing some immense damage to Razzle. And it feels like all of a sudden Razzle is a little bit lost, going for the Hail Mary rush here. In order to try and get something started. But yeah, that's not gonna work. That is just not gonna work. And now we're going straight back to Mausoleum for game 2. And now we've got Alistair and Razzle playing pretty much very neutral right now. Trying to get some pokes in on the other. Alistair once again trying to go for that slide in rush, which works so well, but it's going to get blocked here. Still does a lot of shield damage. Razzle being very much reactive right now. Trying to react to what Alistair has to offer. Ooh, but a nice catch here by Alistair is going to get the momentum swinging. It is very back and forth right now. Both players not really taking much damage from the other. 18 seconds on the clock. Ooh, and Raziel trying to go for a cheeky confirm here, but unfortunately gonna drop it because he was too far. And Alistair, however, is going to be able to find the rush, and once again on the line, Alistair's gonna get back all of the momentum and steal another round. Very nice grab once again by Alistair. And this is exactly how game 1 went. Alistair being very much... Raziel being very much in control of the round. Then losing at the last second pretty much. And maybe struggling to get back in, but it would seem like Raziel has maybe learned a trick or two. And once again, has to block the rush. The arm is down. Again, the shield damage from that fun chuck on the rush especially is insane. Why does it have that? And Raziel once again missing the confirm. This is not a confirm, Raziel. This is not a confirm, unfortunately. You're not going to be able to make it work. This is just not how things go. And Alistair once again with the sliding rush. Not gonna get the final hit, but still enough to put Raziel once again in a difficult situation. And yeah. And yeah, this is looking like a very different match from the winner's match. It's tough. And we're going straight back to Mausoleum as well. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a confirm if you're close. That's the keyword. If you're close. Not from across the stage. Because Coil is so high in the sky that you could technically recatch her. But you still need to be close. Again, we need frame data. We need a wiki for arms. That'd be nice. And yeah, Raziel going into that third game, struggling already a little bit. But he's going to get the shield break, and Alice is just going to be able to recover here pretty much for free. Alistair being a little bit patient, blocking the explosion before going for the full rush. But that does mean that Raziel had the time to block it. But once again, the shield damage. I still can't get over the shield damage from Funchuck. And the explosion confirms gonna miss from Raziel. This one was very unfortunate this time, I will say. I will admit this one was very unfortunate. Just weird angles. Nice grab though from Raziel. Getting back into the game. And Alistair's gonna go for the full rush here. 6 seconds on the clock. And Raziel is down, but he's gonna be able to get a rush in order to stay in the game and get a round on the board. Finally something going right for Raziel in this matchup. There's so much trouble. It's kind of disgusting, honestly. Kind of disgusting. Alistair once again sliding left and right. Try and juke Raziel. It's working pretty well right now. But the shield is low. Could be an opportunity for Raziel if he can get the right arm down there. No, it's gone. Yeah, Alistair in full control after that previous round. Raziel starting to try and mount a comeback here. Not allowing himself to get hit, and finally the explosion confirmed lands. But unfortunately, Raziel is going to get blown up by the nade here, and now we're on match point for Alistair. And Alistair's just gonna be able to punish that with the full rush for 345 damage. It does so much damage with the nade and the fun chuck. And yeah, Raziel already at 50% health. This is not looking great for our hero here at EUAC 106. And yeah, unfortunately, once again, Raziel trying to go for a cheeky confirm, but just way too far in order to get it. And this is almost looking like curtains. Thankfully going to block the rush here, but the shield is low. And yeah, that was not much that could be done here. And Alistair is going to move on to Grand Finals in order to face Rifa. But yeah, a completely different match from the one in winners. I will say that much. That does mean we are going to see Alistair in Grand Finals. But right before that, just as a reminder, we at Wolf TV are going to be hosting Battle for the Den featuring JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Heritage for the Future. So if you want to literally throw punching ghosts at people, make sure to come by and join and register. It's on the 24th of November, it's at 21 CET, and it's open to Europe and Maghreb. So yeah, feel free to register for that, because that will be some good fun. And once again, thanks Rifa for putting the link in the chat. Also coming up next week at Wolf TV on the YouTube channel will be the Playing Grounds, our free play session, which this time will be featuring Jackie Chan in Fists of Fire. This will be on the 22nd of November, so on Tuesday at 21:30 CET. So if you want to discover like a weird niche game with some broken stuff, and very grounded, that being said, very grounded, very fun, make sure to join us on Tuesday at 21:30 CET. And finally, if you want to see me IRL, next week I will be at Nantes Arena 22.2, which is an IRL tournament in Nantes, and it's happening on the 26th and 27th of November. Registrations are still open on start.gg if you look for Nantes Arena 22.2, and it will feature lots of games you don't really see that much of either, especially in Europe, including Vampire Savior, Garo Mark of the Wolves, Samurai Showdown, Melty Blood Type Lumina, Guilty Gear Strive, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Ultra Street Fighter 4, and Street Fighter 5. So yeah, feel free to check it out. It will be streamed on twitch.tv/CanapéFight if you want to follow the stream. Otherwise, yeah, we'll be in Nantes. So if you just want to join the tournament and meet me in Nantes, feel free to do so. Alright, we are now ready for Grand Finals, Alistair versus Rifa. Alistair has to win 6 times though to actually make it as champion. So it's still a tall order against Rifa, but Once again, we've mentioned how Rifa doesn't like the coil matchup, and sometimes we'll just go for the coil ditto in order to get done with the matchup. We are going to see the Ninjara first, though. We are going to see the Ninjara first. And once again, right now, until the pillars are down, this is going to be very much a game of cat and mouse. There we go, half the pillars down, and already we can see that the hits are coming in fast. To be fair, the pillars on Temple Grounds are very easy to hit. It's definitely not the worst thing to hit. Yeah, Rifa once again showing that he is pretty much on his A game right now. Getting some very good hits in with the Tri-Blast, but right now he cannot really install properly the Ice Dragon. I feel like maybe Temple Grounds is a little bit restrictive in that sense. So it might happen. And yeah, Alistair trying to slow down the pace of the match drastically right now. Trying to play more patient. And is going to be able to get the arm down as well on Rifa. Getting some good damage, getting back into the lead. Now Rifa has to come to Alistair. And yeah, a rush will do it. Like, a rush definitely will do it. Especially at 380 damage thanks to the Tri-Blast. A rush definitely will do it. Yeah, that was a fair usage of resources, to be fair. That was fair. Rifa slowly but surely getting out of here. We get hit by, I think, the very, very last hit of the rush out of rollback of all things. That was very weird. Rifa back on the offensive. Unfortunately, Alistair was just a little bit too far from that laser. A very intense stare down with once again the teleport betraying Rifa here. And right now Alistair's in control. Rifa, however, is going to get Alistair in the corner. 28 seconds on the clock. It is going to be a little bit tough. Rifa is slowly but surely getting back into the game. But he's going to eat that toaster right now. That's where you can see the difference in strategy as well from Alistair against Rifa. Being much more aggressive with a much more aggressive set. Rifa going for the rush. Maybe hoping that the chip damage will be enough. Rifa evading everything. I'm not sure who's got the lead right now. And it is going to be Rifa just by a fraction of a health point. Just barely. No, like seriously, I wasn't able to see who had the lead. I'm usually not too bad at that, but I literally wasn't able to see. And we're going back straight to Temple Grounds, by the way, for game 2. Now going into game 2, Alistair once again trying to take advantage of Rifa very early, trying to trap him into that top part of the stage. And so far it is pretty much working. Rifa very much struggling to get anything started here. Trying to escape Alistair's pressure and unable to apply his own. And right now it's looking very tough for Rifa. I will say that much. It is looking very tough for Rifa. Rifa going for the rush. Getting a good punish onto Alistair here. Getting back into the game, but Alistair is still applying a lot of pressure right now. Rifa is keeping the rush. Rifa has the health lead right now. 7 seconds on the clock. Alistair has one last Hail Mary, and unfortunately Rifa is going to be able to catch it with the Tri-Blast. And that's another round on the board for Rifa. And that's exactly what we were saying. Like, Rifa is still very much struggling in this matchup. But I almost feel like... No, I was about to say, he's not really doing much better against Alistair than Izzy or anything. It's pretty even. Now that I think about it. Right now though, Rifa's pressure is on point in this round too. Able to completely dodge Alistair's rush as well, that is huge. Alistair just having trouble catching the sneaky ninja. He's having trouble just landing any punish right now, to be fair. And Rifa is going to get the rush, and I think that's another perfect from Rifa. Because why not? Let's just get another perfect in. We love to see those. Unless you're called Alistair. And we're going to go straight to Buster Beach for game 3. And now it's starting to get difficult for Alistair, so I can kind of understand the pick of Buster Beach. Just because you might have more space to work with. Even than on Temple, especially than on Temple, to be fair. Just to try and apply your pressure and all your coil shenanigans movement stuff. So we'll see. Very nice ride by Rifa to start with. And yeah, very nice freeze as well. Gonna catch with the rush, with the grab here. Sorry. And right now it feels like Rifa is in Alistair's head for the most part. Alistair already at 25%, by the way. Going to go for like a Hail Mary rush, but no, Rifa's gonna say nope. We're gonna punish that real quick. And it really feels like it's one of these moments where Rifa.exe is installed on the field and there's nothing that can stop him. And just like that, Rifa is on tournament point. One more round. Rifa going for a very early rush in this round too. Not gonna be able to land it. But doesn't matter if he can get the explosion onto Alistair to snuff out his rush. Rifa, however, is going to go down in the lower part. Playing the distance game as much as possible. Alistair once again struggling to find any hit. Shielding for a little bit too long. Rifa's gonna get the grab. And once again, Rifa in full control, Alistair on 25%. Still, Rifa right now is in the lower part. Not gonna be able to catch with the rush, unfortunately. And Alistair's just gonna pop out rush. I almost thought that the lip was gonna betray Rifa. That the teleport was just going to bring Rifa into the lip and that would be over. And Alistair would get all the momentum, but it's not looking like it. Alistair on 1 pixel of life. 20 seconds on the clock. I don't think there's much that can be done. However, there is still the possibility of getting a full rush here from Alistair that is showing its head. Rifa just has to hold. He just has to hold. 4 seconds on the clock. I think this is it. We're done. Rifa wins EUAC number 106 in a very convincing manner. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Rifa power. Rifa completely on his A game today. Very nice to see. But yeah, that does mean that EUAC 106 is going to conclude with Rifa in first, Alistair in second, Raziel in third, and Yam in fourth.